In the last video, I was just talking about how those gun tracers, I had inadvertently pressed a trigger when I launched this harm. And the cool thing about TACV, if you press Control and click on a target, it'll take you to that target. So I immediately go defensive, and I think after this point, so I hit at 819. I shoot off that harm, and then Bosco shoots off another one much later, and Thumper here engages at 829, and you can see an SA2 launch. So that's a perfect opportunity to hit this SAM, because as he's launching, he's locking somebody up and he's emitting tons of energy, and this harm is going to go right after that signature. So boom, there's impact. Okay, next event is I am just heading eastbound, and let me pull up the air defenses here. I'm heading towards waypoint 6, and what we had talked about was just doing an east-west patrol for aircraft. So as soon as you're a Winchester on the harms, you basically go air-to-air mode, and I was just looking for targets on the egress. Thumper's wingman, the AI, was supposed to engage these SA2s, and I think he actually ended up engaging some other SA2s. There we go, here at 824. So that's where I am. I'm heading eastbound, and let's just fast forward to when he launches. Okay, I'm sorry, these are the East Coast SAM sites. So he's inbound. He looks like he's going after them. These are his SA2 targets right here. And he just doesn't engage for some reason. So he turns around and he ends up engaging a target over here. But he launches two harms, one right after the other. And the Thumper said that's something that AI typically do, is launch run. So you have to order them to hold fire pretty quickly. But he ends up getting a hit on an SA3, not a radar, or actually no, he did hit he hit an SA13. So he doesn't actually hit the radar, but he hits two SA13s. Next event, let's look at Thumper, and he's Cowboy 6-3. He launches at 829. I'll go ahead and fast forward this. So again, Bosco's following me out, or he should be turning towards the west here, and I'm on the east. Excuse me, turning towards the east. I'm on the east coast here. I'm just patrolling for air contacts. And so Thumper, you can see here, he's going. Bosco's engaged the west coast SAMs. I engage up the middle, and Thumper has a hard job of, and there's his wingman, of engaging the main target area SA3s, and not the SA2s, because we don't have enough harms. You can see the F-15s are on target. There's a launch right there. SA3 launches. And they actually end up getting obliterated. Okay, the entire Dragon flight was just destroyed. Okay, we still looked at it as a success from our perspective, because we did cut a corridor and take out some SAMs. So there's his launch. But we just didn't have enough aircraft and enough harms to really destroy all of the threats. So he ends up killing a SA-13. So the weird thing, the harms, even if they don't kill a radar, they're still kind of going towards the general direction of the site. So what looks like a radar kill sometimes isn't, because I thought I killed that SA3 radar, and I actually just ended up hitting actually, no, I did kill that SA3 radar. It just didn't seem like it on here. There's the Fang Sun, because on the debrief it did say that I killed 2 radars, so maybe it's just a TAC view issue. Okay, so he kills those 2, and then he was wondering. So obviously he's in a parachute there. All right. He was wondering what occurred on his flight. So as soon as he launches, there's Cowboy 6-3. See these MiG-23s? Boom. He launches. He's got his head down because he's looking at air to ground, obviously, and he's not really paying attention to air threats at this point. They get jumped by these MiG-23s. All right, so there's Cowboy 6-3 and 6-4. They end up getting jumped by these MiG-23s. They also got another MiG-23 down here, and there he launches the second harm. He's kind of in a tough spot here because now he's thinking about going defensive on these air defenses. There's a launch, and what these 23s do is that they barrage launch these missiles. So you can see one go high, and Thumper probably didn't see this missile. He's just going defensive. I didn't see him throw any traffic flare out, so I don't know where his SA was at this point. But I mean, you could see. I mean, that's a high missile, perfect kind of angle in his blind spot, and he gets hit. There's another R-23 that goes up there, and then watch what happens to his wingman. He's throwing out chaff and flare. Thumper's going down. He calls out. He said it was really cool because his aircraft exploded right after he ejected. So let's go to Cowboy. And Cowboy right now is also going defensive. See, these 23s are just bouncing on them. And they launch again. Boom. They launch 2 missiles. So they just ambush you and throw everything they got at you. So then he blows up shortly thereafter. Boom. We'll go back to Bosco at 8:25. We'll rewind here a little bit. He ends up destroying another SA2. So you could see the AI when he engaged here. So he kind of engaged these SAMs at the same time. There he is. So he's trying to get into these West Coast SAMs. So he's heading westbound, and I think he gets a good. Yep. Yeah, he ends up getting a good hit on a Fang Sun radar there. Boom. So at this point, Bosco turns back eastbound, and he's just going to rendezvous over here at waypoint 6. Along the coast here, I ended up getting some AAA fire. There's a pretty big AAA battalion down there, and then of course the SA2s over here. So our Dragon flight didn't make it. They didn't even hit the runway. So that kind of sucked. But we did take out some significant radar installations. So, second mission, huge amount of air defenses still, by the North Koreans here. So it was a challenging flight, and it's pretty fun and successful. So, hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll see you next time.